Hey, welcome to my class, everybody. My name is Mr. Barton. Welcome to online learning. This is just an introduction video to help you kind of get to know me and my classroom. Since we're not going to see my classroom till at least September, welcome to my virtual classroom. So, what this video is going to be is just a little bit like about me. That way you can kind of get to know me, and then you guys are going to do something similar later. So, look forward to that. So, my name is Mr. Barton. This is a picture of me. Don't worry about what all that is. That's my kitchen. So let me tell you about myself because you're going to ask eventually, and I don't want to have to answer it 20 times. I will, but I don't want to. So I am married to Mrs. Barton. That's her right there. She's actually a chemistry teacher at Independence this year, so some of you might have her if you take chemistry, or maybe next year, but she's pretty cool. I also have two dogs. That one's name is Max, and this one is Camo. They're all right. They do dog stuff. They lay around mostly. Yeah, they're all right. They're dogs. I teach math. I teach physics. If you say, hey, what's physics? Physics is a fancy way to say math, but with a little bit of science in it. I got my bachelor's degree at ASU. But I'm not going to tell you they're great because they don't pay me to, and they have to pay me to advertise. Got my master's at GCU. Also, I'm not shilling for them until they pay me. This is my 6th year at Independence, and I even spelled Independence right in the video. That's incredible. So that's kind of my background. Those are all the like Wikipedia facts, right? So you're going to ask me, but Mr. Barton, like, what are you really like? What do you do, right? So here are my hobbies. I draw. I drew this. It's tight, right? I drew that. Try not to be too impressed, right? I like bikes. Like I ride bikes all the time. This is a picture of part of my bike. I like to take it apart and like put new stuff on it. And I don't actually ride it. No, I do ride it occasionally. But bikes are tight. I have 3 or 4 of them. I just ride them around. It's fun. I'm trying to learn to garden. That's my hibiscus in my backyard. Right now it's not as green or has flowers on it. It's actually, I think, maybe dead. But I try to garden. You can see there's grass. I grew that myself. I also do cooking. I made that. It looks delicious. It tastes delicious. Yeah, I cook. Basically, you just Google the recipe and then buy the ingredients and then cook them. And then it turns out all right. And then I do take photos of stuff occasionally. I took that picture and that picture and that picture. Please don't tell Mr. Kerr because he'll say the composition's terrible. Look, you didn't even look at the ISO something or other. So that's what I do to keep myself from being too bored. So let's kind of talk about like the classroom, right? We'll talk about the interesting questions you'll ask me later, but let's talk about kind of what I expect from you, right? Because, I'm sure you're like, what's online learning even going to be like? What do you want me to do? Like, what's the expectations? So really what I want you to do is show up and try your best, right? If you do that, if you do those 2 things, you'll be pretty successful. Like, I'll make sure, right? I'll make you successful if you do those 2 things, okay? This showing up is going to be really important and probably a little challenging just because you're going to have internet issues and stuff like that, but try to show up, right? I expect you to make your best effort to be there, and try your best, right? Like you can say, oh, well, like don't open your Chromebook and go, it took 5 seconds to boot up. I missed my window. I'm already late to class. Better go back to bed. That's not trying your best. That's trying your worst. Like, make an effort. If you make an effort, I'll make sure you're successful. Okay. That being said, there's a lot of you. So if you need help and you're just kind of waiting for me to notice you need help, everyone needs help. Trust me, you're not alone. So you're going to need to ask when you're like, hey, I need help now. You have to tell me that. I can't read your minds online. Wait till we're in the classroom, then I'll do it. But online, unfortunately, mind reading doesn't go through the internet super well. So you're going to have to somehow tell me you need help. You can email me. You can send me a message on the messagey thing that we're going to talk about later. Um, you can hop in a WebEx and just audibly on camera say, Mr. Barton, I need your help. Okay. And last thing, be honest. I don't want you to say, I got everything under control when really you're spiraling wildly out of control. Um, I'm not going to yell at you, right? Like, I understand that you're challenged right now. So if you need help or you need extra time or you need something or you need to not do something, you need to talk to me and tell me about it because I can only help if I know about it, right? So if you have any problems, tell me about them. Mr. Barton, I can't log in today because my Wi-Fi is down. My apartment burned down. Sorry. Email me if you can. If your apartment burned down, maybe that's not possible, but do your best, you know? Going back to this first point, okay? Communicate with me. If you're going to miss a deadline, if you're going to miss class, if something happens, let me know. If you even don't log in one day, I'm going to do my best to communicate with you, but we need to be in communication because everything is kind of up in the air right now, and I can only do what's been told to me. So we need to talk to each other. Okay. Initially, I put this great graphic here that says every pizza is a personal pizza if you try hard and believe in yourself. Okay, that's not true. You don't want to believe that. If you are like, well, maybe I could do this if I just tried harder, there are times when no amount of effort will do enough and you're going to need help. So I'm going to refer you back to point 4, where you're going to communicate with me and be honest. Okay? Helpful phrases you may find are, whoops, I can't spell. I'm overwhelmed. If you say that and then follow it up with, I need a little more time on my homework, we can work on that. Okay? But I need you to communicate with me one more time and be honest. All right, that's what I expect of you. Leave everything else up to me. We'll make everything else work out, but I need these 4 things. All right, here's what you can expect of me, because I understand that this is a little difficult and you're like, well, what's my teacher even gonna do? Like, I hear online learning isn't very good. You know, are they just gonna show me videos and stuff? What are you gonna do? So here's what I'm gonna try and do for you to the best of my ability. Every single day, I'm going to teach you something. I might not personally teach it to you, but I will be available every single day, either live, I might make videos for you, but every single day I will teach you something and you will have an opportunity to practice and learn math. Okay. I'm going to be as flexible as I can. If you guys are having trouble with the way the class is formatted, with deadlines, with the way you're learning stuff. If something's not working for you, tell me. I'm going to, again, refer you back to communicate with me. And I can change that, right? I'm in charge. I can make some decisions. We can change the way you're learning. So tell me if you need me to change it, you know? I'm flexible. Okay. I'm here to help you learn math or physics or whatever other flavor of math I teach you. If you wake up and you go, you know, I don't feel great today, I should probably tell someone about that. I'm your guy. I've got ears. I can listen. Okay? And social support. So if you wake up and your apartment burned down, let me know and I can probably try and find someone to help you with that. Okay? Lastly, undying positivity. We are going to be so happy in this class. And if we're not, we're going to try our best because we're going to make it, you know? We're going to learn something and we're going to have a great time doing it. Okay. So every healthy relationship does have boundaries though. So let's just set up a couple. That way we don't drive each other nuts. I'm not going to bother you guys after 5 p.m. That means I'm not going to send you emails saying, hey, where's your homework? I'm not going to show up at your house probably ever. But I definitely won't do it after 5 p.m. Okay, so after 5 p.m., you're done with school. You're not going to hear from me. If you want to, whatever you want to do after 5 p.m., that's your business. I'm going to leave you alone. Unless it's an emergency. Okay, if you need to contact me, I ask that you please do it before 5 p.m. Just because you don't want to hear from me at 7 o'clock at night asking you about where your homework is and if you're going to retake that test. I don't want to hear from you guys after 5 p.m. about needing help factoring. So unless it's an emergency, like, hey, Mr. Barton, I really need you right now. Like, maybe one of these emotional or social issues happens, like your apartment burns down. That's an emergency. But if it's factoring, factoring is not an emergency. So I ask that you don't ask me stuff after 5 p.m. If you send me an email after 5 p.m. or something, I might read it, but I probably won't respond to you before that, unless it's an emergency. Cool. I also agree not to interfere with your biological needs. That means I'm not going to say you're not allowed to eat while you're in class, like on a webcam. If you're talking to me, maybe don't have your mouth full. But if you have your microphone muted and you're eating some hot Cheetos or a bowl of cereal or whatever you want to eat, I'm not going to be like, hey, that's unprofessional. Get your food out of here. Also, if we're in a meeting and it's like a half-hour WebEx or something, and you need to get up and go to the bathroom, just mute yourself and get up and go. You don't have to tell everyone about it. I'm not going to monitor your biological needs. Cool? If you need to take care of some kind of weird body function you got going on, or normal one, people poop, go ahead, just take care of that. You don't need to tell us about it. Cool. I'm also not going to schedule stuff for you outside of my class. I'm going to do my very best to keep my class in my class time, because I understand you guys have like jobs. Some of you are essential workers, stuff like that. So, I'm going to try and work my best to keep school in school hours, so that you're not super overwhelmed with school on top of whatever else you have going on. Okay, last one. I'm not going to play video games and hang out with you outside of school, so please don't ask. People ask me all the time. They're like, hey, do you want to play this game with me? And I don't. Sorry. It's not that I don't like you as people. I just don't want to play video games with you. Cool. All right. Frequently asked questions. That's what FAQ stands for. These are all the weird questions that kids ask me every single year. And I think we better just get them out of the way. That way you don't have to interrupt learning how to find inverse matrices with these pertinent questions. So first off, what's your shoe size? 9.5. I think that's only for Vans though. That's like all I wear is Vans. But I think Van sizes are slightly different than like everything else. See, Vans I'll shill for because they make tight shoes. Will I ever be as handsome, charismatic, and talented as you, Mr. Barton? Probably not. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Just like you're probably never going to be perfect like a certain religious figure, that doesn't mean the rest of the book says don't bother. It says you should try your hardest. So, maybe not, but it never hurts to give it your best shot. What's your favorite show? I didn't actually prepare an answer for this question. We'll come back to that. Do you play sports? No. I ride bicycles. I don't know if that counts as playing a sport, but I don't. I used to play tennis, but I don't play it super all the time anymore. I ride bikes now. Are you always this sarcastic? I didn't get to the 2008 Sarcasm Olympics not being this sarcastic. Are you a nice teacher? No. I'm super mean. I don't know. Some say yes, some say no. I think it's the kids who are good kids say yes, and the kids who are bad kids say no. The kids I don't like say I'm a mean teacher. It's because I don't like them. All right, favorite show? I don't know. TV? I don't watch TV. Just anime. Yeah, anime's for nerds. I don't care. I'm married. I don't have to impress you. All right, so that's my about me in my classroom video. So you are going to have an assignment very similar to this pretty soon. If you want, you can just end the video now. You know, pause it, turn it off, quit listening. Are you still here? You should be doing your homework. Go check out what that assignment is. If you're still here, hit that like button.